Hello, it is Kristen Fagan and Sara Oehler here from Softflex Company, and we are going to be doing coffee and craft wire today. Sound off if you're here. Tell us who you are, where you're from, and even if you watch this on replay, we want to know that you are here, so let us know. How are you doing today, Kristen?
Yeah, I'm hanging in there. A lot to do today. A busy day for Takeover, and Wednesdays are always our busy day. So today was just like a little extra.
I see Tony's here. I see Gail is here, and we are taking over the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group today. So what that means is we have some giveaway. We have some great tips and tricks posting. We have a fantastic deal. Spend $99. Get our Spring Fling Great Bead Extravaganza kit for free. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's a huge deal. I mean, that's
And
essentially what's our kit? It's about $34.95, I think. So
$34.95 free.
Yeah. So it's like a 35% discount.
Off. Yeah.
Huge.
Yeah, and you get free shipping. So it's more than that, really, because we get shipping too.
Very good point. We're here.
Okay, so we like to do coffee and craft wire for our Great Bead Extravaganza takeovers. We often tend to focus on Softflex beading wire because we love it, and we're both stringers, I think, generally speaking. And work with the craft wire a little bit less, but nonetheless, the craft wire is a ton of fun to work with.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Sam is asking, should we head to the stream in the group? Yeah, so we're streaming. I think, Thomas, you should have shared it to the group, correct? So you can see the shared stream over in the Great Bead Extravaganza group, or you can check us out. We're here on the Great Bead Extravaganza YouTube channel. We're on the Softflex Company YouTube channel, and we're on the Softflex Company Facebook page. So lots of different places. And Sam says, Sara, you're awesome with craft wire.
I see that. Thank you, Sam. You know, I like to experiment. I dabble with craft wire, but it is not my main squeeze. But I'm really excited to take a little time out and just explore with craft wire today. I have absolutely nothing planned on my end. Kristen's got a fantastic ring planned on her end. So I'm excited to see how that comes together. And then I'm just going to play around on my bead table and see what happens. But I can't promise I'm going to make anything. I'm just going to do some discovery today, and then we'll see what comes of it. Usually I end up making something.
Yeah. Yes. You're going to see what inspires you when you take a look at everything in front of you and see what happens. Yeah. I think a lot of our beading friends really enjoy watching you do that. So it's kind of your thing.
Yeah, I'm so busy. I often have a hard time planning ahead. I mean, even getting here at noon today was a real crunch because I still have kids at home that I also homeschool in addition to my full-time job. So it can be a very busy day around here in the Oehler house. I see Sam's looking forward to his Girl Scout cookies. We only have like 9 more days of Girl Scout cookie selling, and I have to say, I'm pretty excited for it to complete.
Be done. Yeah.
Like one more thing to keep track of. As tasty and lovely as the Girl Scout cookies are, I'm looking forward to finishing that up and moving on for next year.
Yeah. So Sara and I we really enjoy these coffee and craft wire get-togethers that we were trying to figure out how to make this be a little bit more of a regular thing. And we just couldn't make it work yet. So we said, well, for now, this is going to be a Great Bead Extravaganza kind of exclusive that we get together and have a little coffee and a little craft wire. I know that I'm probably more on the beginner side when it comes to craft wire as well. Like it's not what I use most of the time. I very much enjoy it. I love using it as connections. I made a great piece this week, but none of my techniques and stuff are super duper fancy. What do you think, Sarah? Not like our buddy James, who has done some fantastic videos for us over on the Softflex Company YouTube channel. So if you want some more advanced stuff, go take a look at what he's done over there.
Yeah, we have a great playlist on our YouTube channel of some more advanced craft wire projects from our coworker, James Browning. We keep trying to talk him into doing some future projects, but he took over procurement, which is purchasing for Softflex. And so he has been quite busy. But one of these days, I'm going to get him in front of the camera again, possibly for a kit that he's planning for us in this upcoming summertime. That's pretty fantastic. And I think he might open that kit and make something, but we'll see.
That would be awesome, because I sure miss James's videos, but I know that it's just hasn't been in the cards as of late. So we'll see. We can get him to do one in the summertime.
I saw a question float by, Adventurefuls, yay or nay? And I have to say yay. Chocolate and caramel are always a fantastic mix. And my family went through them like crazy. So I'd say yay on those. Is craft wire a metal wire? That's a great question, Debbie. I'm going to flip down to my table, Kristen, and then I'll hand it over to you after. So
Sounds
craft
good.
wire is a copper wire that in its natural state is just copper. And then in this case, it's a non-tarnished copper. So they put a protective coating over the top of it that keeps it that beautiful copper color so that it won't oxidize or change. We do carry bare copper as well. And then we have a set of colors that are plated. So this is copper wire plated in sterling silver. And then at least I think it's sterling silver, plated in silver. I guess I'll just be a little more clear here. Silver plated. And then it is also coated in that same coating that protects it so that it doesn't oxidize or tarnish or change color. Comes in a wide range of gauges, all the way from 18 or 16 gauge, I think, actually on our website now. 16 gauge being the thickest, all the way up to a 28 gauge being the thinnest, and then lots and lots of different colors, all the metallic colors like gold, silver, brass, copper, as well as some fun colors like blues and reds and greens and such. So that's what we're going to be using today. The great thing about craft wire is that it will retain a shape. So you can kind of play around with it and make shapes and work hard in it to stay in those shapes. You can make things like ear wires and rings and head pins and clasps, as well as components that you can connect together in a chain. So Kristen's going to be showing a ring. I'm going to just sort of play around. I grabbed out my wig jig, maybe play with that. I'm not sure. We'll see. And we'll make some fun stuff today, and of course, drink some lovely coffee. So,
so I've got here some iced coffee that Bert got me an iced coffee maker for one of my Christmas gifts, and so that's been really lovely. As you all know, I live in hot Arizona, so I drink a lot more iced coffee than I drink hot coffee.
That's a fantastic gift for an Arizonan, an iced coffee maker.
It was great.
I bet that's amazing. It probably saves you money in the long run too, from running out and getting.
100%. And just a quick fun fact, we've got Sara and Thomas here who were baristas together way back when.
Yeah, that's true. That's the truth. Thomas and I initially met working at a coffee shop. And that's where my love of coffee began many, many moons ago.
Yep. And I was recently,
so it's probably like 25 years ago now.
Oh my gosh. You guys have known each other so long.
It's a long time.
I recently was a barista at a coffee shop over here that opened up, and they carry my artwork. So I baristed there part-time before the pandemic started. So I was like, that was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of people and make a lot of fun coffee.
I made some amazing friends there. It was really, really excellent, including Thomas. He was a master barista at Beading. I was more of a tea counter specialist, but I did become a barista there as well. Okay, so there are 4 new colors out today in
So
our
pretty.
brand new 2022 spring summer quad. This just came out today. We have white, bone, tanzanite, and fluorite, some really soft, beautiful colors for the spring and summer. I will be using these colors at 3 p.m. today, Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, for a second video that is more about beading wire. So at my normal time that I would be on Wednesdays, you'll find me looking at that more closely. We also added these lovelies today. We added some of the components, the new components from TierraCast a couple of weeks ago while I was on vacation. And these buttons were sold out and I was heartbroken.
They're super pretty.
When I went to do my next order, here's one of the other components. I was able to grab the buttons. They were back in stock. So I'm super happy. Those are in the shop today. They are the best. They're so cool. I already put one. I used some of Abby from the Bead Place's Luna bracelet for my Supernova design kit. And I already put one on there to make a little ring because I love that button so much. So I'm definitely going to be playing with that at some point today. I was thinking it might be really fun to play around with the fluorite color. With that kind of cactusy, deserty look would be really cool. So what else was new? We have some new beads today to match our quad. You can find those on the website. And then last but not least, our brand new kit. This is a limited quantity kit. We do not make as many of these as we do for our regular monthly kits. They go quickly. They're probably going to go super quickly today since they're free with orders over $99. And it's a $34.95 value. We do a challenge with all of our kits, including the TGBE kits. So once we open the kit on our Spring Fling day, then you will be challenged to post pictures of what you make with the kit. Either the same thing that we make, or you can make all brand new things and post them into the Softflex Very Important Beading Studio group on Facebook. You'll have a limited time to post, and then we will pick a winner who will get our next kit for free. You can also pick up Pastel Party right now, which has an extra special surprise in it. If you haven't gotten one already. Some of you out there who've gotten your Pastel Party design kit, are you excited about the special surprise? I'm pretty sure you know what it is right now. Don't tell anybody. Don't say it. I know.
Don't do it.
Okay, I'm going to flip Kristen into the screen here. If you're ready, Kristen.
I am. I got the buttons. Yes. So, so we made a Luna bracelet, a Luna ring with Abby with one of these Starburst buttons. And then I wanted to try it with craft wire too. And I'm totally loving it. And then I was like, well, now I'm going to want to make rings with all my buttons.
Because that's what happens.
Because that's what happens. And I was like, ooh, this is like really a fun way. And I know I've got a stash of buttons somewhere. And even if you guys picked up any of those check glass buttons from one of our live sales, you
Mm.
know, there's so many great ways to use buttons as rings. And so this is like a whole new thing. So I'm going to do one of these today. And then we've got the Longhorn, the new buttons on the website.
That
And you
looks
can,
so good.
it does. And you can get it in silver or in gold.
Yeah.
And
I'm
that's
in
the
love with those.
same with these. You can get these in silver and in gold. And we still have these that we carry at Softlex Company too. So I think I'm going to do the gold of the Longhorn. And then if I have time, maybe I'll do the silver of this one too, just to try it out. So I have really large fingers. I actually have a difficult time finding rings that fit me. And so the idea of making my own rings is especially exciting because now, now I can go ahead and make some fun ones for myself. So I don't have a ring mandrel yet. That's definitely on my wish list and something I'm going to be picking up soon. But I do have this little round mandrel set. So even though it can make a ring for me, it doesn't really have all of the actual ring finger sizes. So what I did is I went through and I just cut myself. Well, first I wrapped a piece of craft wire around each of the mandrels I was thinking would be a good size and cut it so that I can test it out and see which one would be a good fit for me. And that one was too small. So if you have something like me where you don't actually have a ring mandrel, this could be a nice little way for you to figure out which spot is going to be a good fit for you. And so I'm going to go with that one. It's a little bit big on my ring finger, but it fits my middle finger and my pointer finger really well. So I'm going to go ahead with that size there. I think it's a little over, it's about 20 millimeters. So that would probably be like a size 10. And you can use, I used for the first ring I made here, I used 22 gauge wire. And then today I was playing with 20 gauge on this one. So the 20 gauge is just going to be a bit thicker, a little bit heavier, and may actually tighten up that ring space a little bit. Whereas the 22 is a little bit thinner and a little bit more pliable and easy to work with. I think I'm going to try the 20 in this one with you guys today. And then maybe I'll also try the 22 in the silver if we have time. I'll talk about that. Only because I'm kind of rough. If you're like me and you're like banging around and, you know, using your hands to create things all the time, I bang my rings out of shape. And so the 22 gauge is just a little soft. I'm going to go up a size. And I'm cutting myself 1 foot, so 12 inches. I'm going to use my nylon jaw pliers to just smooth out that wire, because when you take it off the spool, it's just a little wobbly. So I go through like 1 or 2 times and just make it nice and smooth to start with. I see we have another barista here, Anessa. I don't want to count you out.
That was my most, I mean, I love my job now, but I had so much fun at that job.
Yeah, it is fun.
Definitely.
Nowadays, it could be a little more stressful because people are so serious about their coffee.
True.
So I'm just going to string on my button right in the center of my craft wire. And then I'm going to go up to the ring that I want to choose, which for me was number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm just going to wrap around, hold my button in place, and wrap around in one direction, and then wrap around in the other direction. It's still a lot of fun though, because you get a lot of people that are regulars in a coffee shop. So you get to really know people in a different way, which I thought was fun. And then I'm going to thread through each end back through my button. And you can even like, I don't really need the mandrel for that. I can put it back on the mandrel in a second. I'm going to go ahead and thread through one side. And then if you're using 22 gauge, you're going to have a little bit easier time pulling it through. And if you're using 20, it'll be just a little bit stiffer. You might need a pair of pliers to help you kind of pull it tight. Okay, so now I've gone through that button on both sides. I'm going to put it back down onto my mandrel and I'm going to pull the ends. And again, I might want to hold it and grab a plier and pull both ends. And I'm just going to keep kind of fidgeting and tightening it and then pulling the ends till I get it nice and wrapped around. And then I'm going to wrap it around one more time, headed towards the button in the front in both directions. And I might just do that one more time again, is pull on these tails. So you'll see that's kind of wrapped around quite a few times now. You could do less, but like I said, I did just twice on the first one, and I feel like I bang it a little bit out of shape. So I wanted to do it a few more times. So now that I've got it crisscrossed just under the button, I'm going to take one side, wrap it around the shank, take the other side, wrap it around the opposite direction around the button shank, and then I can pull it off. So I wrapped it around the shank in one way and around the shape in the other way. And at this point, I'm just going to grab these little end pieces and wire wrap them around. And I think I'm going to just straighten them out a little bit first. And now I'm just going to tuck them around the main part of the ring and create a few wraps on either side.
It's looking great, Kristen.
Yeah, it's pretty cute. It's definitely a
concentrate over here because I want to watch what you're doing. But I'm like, I should try to make something.
Yeah, right? You're like, what do I got here? And then you can just tighten up your coils and trim off any little bits that are extra. Craft wire, I worked with craft wire on Monday on my video too, and look at what keeps happening. I keep having to redo my nails.
I haven't had time for nail polish in so long. I'm like, forget it. Someday.
I'm just gonna kind of squeeze all the way around here too, just to flatten that out before I wrap my next one someday. Yeah. Nail polish is one of those things that, I mean, it's cool. It's kind of, for me, it's like I've gotten better at making the time, but it does take time and I don't have patience to let it dry. I'm the worst at letting it dry.
You probably would do good with the color street stuff.
Yeah, I had something like that, like a jamberry or something. I think I still have. Yeah, I think I still have those. And then you just tuck in, make sure you're tucking in your wire so it doesn't get caught on anything. And then lastly, yeah, this one's definitely a lot thicker when I use the 20 gauge. That's interesting. So another thing to note is when you use a thicker gauge, you're going to end up making a smaller size because you're kind of going to pull it tight and it's going to make a smaller ring.
Interesting.
And then lastly, what I did is I pushed this back onto my mandrel so that I can straighten all of my wires out. And you can even use a nylon hammer, but it has to be nylon because craft wire has a coating on it. It's copper, it has a color coating, and you don't want to, you don't want to chip.
You okay over there?
Yeah, just trying to get a hold of my hammer. So here's a nylon hammer I've got here. And I just lightly tap and went all the way around to push that into place. Yeah, I thought it would be a lot easier to grab. It just was like, lucky I didn't drop it on my foot. Oh, and there we have it. Super cute.
Let me see.
Oh my gosh.
Thomas, will you email James that I need gold colored Softlex craft wire in like every gauge? I always remember when I'm doing a video and then I forget to say anything when that looks so good.
I know. I love it. I love it. So this one, I had a little bit longer wire, so I just kept going with my end pieces, spiraling it out. And this one, I had less wire, so I just made it short. So that's kind of if you want to make more spirals going down the side, just use more wire. So I used a 12-inch strand for this one. I don't remember what I used for that, but I'd probably go to at least 18 inches if you want to make some extra spirals down the side. Yeah, I was just thinking before the video how stocked I am. I've been pretty good about checking my craft wire stock when I get some stuff from Softlex and I'm like, ooh, I've got all the gauges and all the colors I want today. That's shocking.
I always remember when I'm doing the video and then I'm like, oh, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm making a bangle bracelet.
Oh, fun. Let's see what you've got going on.
I don't know if it's going to work out. Let me do one more bead pass here.
Okay.
And then we'll switch over. I don't know if it's going to sit the way I want it to.
I'm going to grab some of this.
The trick. Let's see. Maybe it might work the further I get along here. So let me switch over. Okay. And I'll start from the beginning, but I'm going to show you where I am in the middle of my process here. So I made a bangle and I used the 16 gauge Softlex craft wire. I'm going to make it in silver because I don't have any gold, thinner gauge to wrap around it. Although the mixed metal isn't looking too bad. It's kind of fun. So I'll show you how to make this form the way that I made it. And then I was thinking about wrapping beads around the outside to see what that might look like. And then hang a little charm from the loop and see what happens. I don't know.
Awesome. It's looking good. I like the mixed metal. You know me. I always like a nice mixed metal. I think it's fun. Oh, Debbie, I didn't see your question here. Debbie's asking, on some ring mandrels, they have a groove on them. What is the groove for? Well, I don't have a ring mandrel here yet, but I think the groove would just be similar to what I was using here, was that it gives you a space to place the wire. It's kind of like a step, so you can keep it in the right spot.
This makes it a little bit easier. Okay, so I'm just getting a little bit of my 16 gauge wire. Hang in there. I'm coming back to you. And the way that the 16 gauge wire comes, it doesn't come on a spool. It comes in kind of a big bundle like this. And it's already almost in that perfect shape. So you don't have to do a ton to it to get it to shape the way that you want it. I just kind of gently did some curving. You could also use a mandrel for this if you have a bracelet mandrel, or you could just get like a jar, something round that you want to bend it into that particular shape. You can do it that way too. Then I just took my round nose plier.
You said it's a bangle bracelet, right?
Yeah, it's going to fit over my hand. So no clasp.
Right. I think those, what did someone tell me on one of my videos? I think it was like a soda can. I think maybe one of the smaller soda cans, like the skinnier type, that is a good fit to try.
Oh, okay. That's good to know. Okay, so see how that little end there has a little dangle, or it's diagonal. That's the word I'm looking for. I'm just going to come in with the flat side of my cutter and just trim that nice and flat so both ends are a flat cut. And then I can come in with my round nose plier and I'm just going to make a quick little loop like such. I'm going to go on the other side, do the same thing. And while this is all kind of nice and flat, I'm going to go ahead and use my wire whacker to work harden that shape so that it doesn't pull out of that shape really easily. So I'm just going to lay this guy down. This is a perfect size because it fits the whole thing. And then I'm going to literally hit this a couple times. So I'm just going to mute myself so you guys don't have to hear it. So hold please. While I'm whacking.
Marisol says, yes, whack a wire. Oh, Marisol also has an oval bracelet mandrel that she loves. That's pretty fun.
I like that. That's awesome. So now that I've got it a little bit hardened, I can come back in. And now I'm just going to turn one of these loops so that it becomes a connector. And it's going to connect around that. So the other thing I need to do is just kind of open it up a little bit. I'm going to open it to the side. Marisol, are you watching from work? I saw you post earlier that you were having trouble keeping it quiet.
Oh, James is here. He says, hi, I was told someone was looking for me. Yeah.
We weren't looking for you, but we were talking about how we miss your craft wire videos.
I was going to say, I'm looking for you on the Softflex Company YouTube channel.
Oh, I was looking for you because I need gold craft wire in every gate. Yeah,
that's what it was. That's what it was. Yes. Sara needs all the wire.
I need gold wire in every gauge, but 16 gauge, apparently. Now, if you wanted to do oval, you could just gently tug on the sides here and kind of shape that. And you could do a little bit more of an oval shape if you want to. Okay, so next up, we're going to figure out how we attach these beads without them flipping around, because that's what I was having the issue with on my gold bracelet. So what I probably need to do is attach this thing so it doesn't slide. What are you giggling about?
Marisol said, shh, Sarah.
Oh. We won't tell. We won't tell Marisol. You can stay here as long as you want and hide out.
Hamage is asking, how long is the 16 gauge wire that you used for the base? Did you say that already, Sarah?
I didn't. I'm going to look at this piece and think about it. I wish I had a way to measure. Let me see if my tape measures in here. I'm really terrible at measuring. If I can't find, oh, it is in here. Yay! I am working on the fly. If you've just joined us, I am not much of a planner, but sometimes my best ideas come just going for it. I am using roughly 9 inches of wire, maybe a slight bit more than that, and that fits over my hand. So what you want is to make sure that your wire can easily fit over your hand, and you're going to want to leave a little bit of a give because I'm going to have more wire wrapped around it, and so I don't want that to it's going to create an even bigger space. I'm going to close this up just slightly more so it's not sliding so much. All right, so let's get a nice long piece of, where did my, there it is, 26. Yeah, I'll use 26. That should be fine. And this is a pretty thin gauge, but it's great for wrapping things, for embellishment. So I'm just going to take a nice long piece. It doesn't matter so much how much I use because I can always add more. So I'm just going to take a nice chunk and then we'll see where it gets me and then clean it up. It's probably been on this spool for a long time. So clean it up and straighten it out. And then I can clip it off here. And that again was the 26 gauge in the non-tarnished silver. Okay, so I'm going to start on this end and I'm going to wrap to this loop first to see if that helps to stabilize my beads so that they aren't spinning. I don't know if it'll help, but I'm going to try it and see if that helps out.
So they were spinning to the other side when you were first trying it before.
Staying on top. I want them to kind of face out, and maybe they'll be fine once I get it all wrapped. It was just the first. I only got through 2, so
that's what I was thinking.
Hard to tell, but I might as well just stabilize it a little more if I can, right? So I got 2 little loops, and then I'm going to just kind of push this up so that it gets out of the way, or you can even just trim it off now if you want to. And then I'm going to switch to my bracelet and do a couple of wraps. And when I'm ready, I can go ahead and string a bead. I'm using the check glass rondelles that we have on the website. Do we still have any of these?
We do, yeah. We're really low on the brass color. We have a few of the black, and I think we're really low on the red also, but the turquoise is sold out.
Okay. So we've got our black bead there, and we are now going to wrap around the base again. And I'm going to go a couple of times, and then I'll go ahead and add my next bead. Yeah, and it's not slipping and sliding now. It works.
Yay.
Woohoo!
So nice when you're like, okay,
so nice
now that
it works. Yeah.
It works how you want it to.
So I've got my bead, and then I just wrap. And I'm just going to continue doing that around the whole bracelet. The 16 gauge is really nice because it is so thick and so strong and substantial. So doing things like this can be a lot of fun. A lot of fun to play with. And then I'm not sure what I'll do on the loop. I'm probably going to have to give that some thought. If I want to just dangle some beads and a charm from there, that's a real possibility. I was thinking I might be able to wire wrap a button
Ooh,
of it. Like
fun.
do something where these two pieces sort of attach to each other and it sits on top like that.
Yeah, the 16 gauge is really nice for a frame like that.
But it would be kind of fun just to dangle, do a couple beads, like a little couple of those melon drops maybe, and this little heart. Like I could do a purple melon drop or have the red melon drop.
That would be cute, like a little charm at the top. Yeah, I like that.
So I'm going to keep working on that, and maybe I'll have it done for the 3:00 video.
Sweet.
So you guys can see how it's looking, because it's going to take me a while to get around the whole thing here.
Right.
What are you up to over there, Kristen? I see it here.
I'm making myself another one of these starburst rings in silver.
Oh, and why don't you show that again for anybody that's just joined us?
Yeah. Okay, I'll switch.
Heating up my bracelet over here.
I'll switch over. Do we want to do?
I used 16 gauge as the base wire, and I'm using 26 gauge for the wrapping.
Maybe we'll do this so they can kind of still see you working a little bit on the side.
Okay. I'm gonna just.
So I went ahead and did this silver one just like I did with the gold, and I used the 22 gauge this time, and I actually think I do like it better. I was surprised because I tend to usually like the thicker gauges, but let's go ahead and redo this one together on the 22 gauge, and I'll share that with you guys. I can cut it free. Marisol says she's making another starburst ring in silver and sending it to me. Oh, I keep saying your name. I know you're at work. Sorry. I could get you in trouble. I'll really have to send you some gifts, huh? Oh, yes. Those pliers are great. So these pliers here are from our friend Kay Goss over at Stars Beads. They are super fun. Oh my gosh. I really put this ring together very nicely the first time because it's having a hard time undoing all of my work. Let's see, I'm almost there. Aha, we have broken free. But yeah, these are awesome. They're a larger tool than my other ones that I have. So sometimes it's really nice to have a kind of a full hand tool. It's got these cool little cutouts along the side, and it's a bit heavier of a chain nose plier too. So sometimes that comes in handy for different projects. So yeah, if you want some of those, I think she might have them in other type suppliers too. This is just the chain nose, but I have a feeling she might even have all of the different types. Green Girl Studios in the house. Hey, Cynthia. Looking good. It does, Becky. It makes such a pretty ring. I've been wearing the gold one for like a week now. Totally loving it. All right, so I finally cut that free, and I'm gonna grab some of the non-tarnish silver-plated 22 gauge craft wire, and I'm gonna cut a larger amount this time. I do like the longer spirals going down the side, so I'm gonna double it and do 2 feet, 24 inches instead of just the 1 foot I did the first time. And I'm going to straighten it out with my wire. You popped back on.
Well, I realized I couldn't talk because my microphone is.
Oh, is attached to this. There you go.
Yep.
That's true.
It's like, but I want to be able to talk. That's half the fun of Coffee and Craftwire is being able to talk to Kristen.
Yeah, see what everyone is up to out there. So I'm just going to do the same thing I did the first time. I'm going to put the button halfway through on my wire, and then I'm going to wrap it around. I'm going to hold my button in place and wrap one side around, and then wrap the other side around my mandrel step that I've chosen.
All of the craft wire other than bare copper is non-tarnishing Marisol. So it has a protective coating over it that will keep that bright silver color or dark blue or whatever color you're working with, unless you get the bare copper, and that one you can patina and, you know, change accordingly because it doesn't have a coating on it.
Yeah, so it'll naturally patina, or you can patina it or add stuff to it to make it change. But only on the bare copper, because the rest of them will all stay super shiny. Okay, so I went around my button again, and now I'm just going to pull both ends tightly. And let's see, do I want to do one more time? I'm going to do this one more time. So I'm just going to fold it back through and go through that button shank one more time. And then again, I'm going to put it back down on my mandrel and pull both ends so that I can get it nice and tight. And then I'm going to go around the shank itself. So I'm going to take one side, wrap it around the shank, and then I'll take the other side and wrap it around in the opposite direction.
So we've been doing something called Joyful Beading all month long in the Softlex VIB studio group. And basically we have a calendar of prompts, and we give away $10 every single day to someone who follows the prompt. And today's prompt is to post something made with craft wire. So if you aren't a part of our group, I hope you'll go join and post a project made with craft wire, so that you can enter to win that $10 store credit. And then we also had a giveaway we posted into the Great Bead Extravaganza this morning. And I believe that was to post a picture of a design as well. And we're giving away a $25 credit.
That one, yeah, we just asked the question. We didn't even ask for a design, but we just said, what is the favorite way that you like to use craft wire? So all you need to do is comment, you know, your favorite way to use craft wire. I had put on there that I really love to use it as connections. I tend to do it a lot for knitting projects, like Softlex knitted projects. I tend to end them with a nice messy wrap of craft wire. So that's the one giveaway. So you just need to answer that question there on that post, and we're giving away $25. And then the other one is to join us in Joyful Beading. Thanks for mentioning that. We're doing Joyful Beading for Craft Month, which is this month. And it's always a blast because all day long, that group is just flooded with inspiration based on the prompt.
It's really amazing to see all the different things that people make that they wouldn't normally post, you know, because they just don't think of it. But we've got a great group of designers in our Facebook group that make amazing things. So I definitely suggest taking a look at it. How's your ring going?
It's going great. How are you doing?
Pretty good. I'm adding a little more wire, so I'm seeing how that's going to work. I think it's going to be okay, but you know, It's all an experiment.
It's all a big crapshoot to see what happens, huh?
Right? Yep. Pretty much how I design. Yeah. I'm like
I
a
did.
little beading scientist. What will happen if I do this?
I did a fun design on the fly on Monday this week with Craftwire. And it was semi on the fly because I was kind of figuring it out before my video, but
It
I
looked great.
didn't have it all figured out. And it was such a hodgepodge of items that I couldn't really figure it out. You know what I mean? Like I was like, I just have to kind of do it and see what happens.
Right. That's so good, though. I think it's just good for your brain sometimes to just go for it and not have too much plan. You know, like today we planned we're using Craftwire. So I was like, all right, I know that.
I'm doing that.
Yeah. That'll work. That's enough of a plan for me.
Right.
Oh, man. That's good.
So I'm just kind of playing with with wrapping it down the ring and seeing how far I want to go. But it's nice to have a little bit extra wire this time to go a little bit further because I think it adds a fun little texture.
I love these rings. I just love that button so much. It's
really great.
Awesome. TierraCast has such a good finger on the pulse of what is going on.
They really do. And I'm glad it was little because honestly, when I looked at the picture, I wasn't sure how large it was. And it would be cute. I mean, it would be cool, big too. But I just, when you said, oh no, it's like about the same size. Yeah, when you said it was the same size as this one, I'm like, oh, it's going to be adorable. And I mean, I'm going to give you guys a little closer look here because look at all those flowers inside there. It's just really a beautiful design.
And then I love the frames too. I'll pull those back up again when I get a little further along here. They're brand new to our shop as well. So you can find all this at softflexcompany.com. And you get a free TGBE kit today with orders over $99 and free shipping in the US. So it's a really good deal. The kits are $34.95 if you want to just buy a kit. You can do that as well. But wow, it's a good.
It's a smoking deal.
Yeah, and we have our new quad today. We have so much going on. I can't even keep track of it all.
It's a good thing. It's a good thing we have two videos, so you can be like, "Oh yeah, I didn't talk about that yet."
Right? For sure. Holy smokes! Okay, can I show real fast where I'm?
Go for it.
And we'll see.
I'm just going to trim these off, and I'm done.
So I wrapped the entire way around. Kind of cool to see how it looks. If you wanted, I bet you could go back in and wrap the other direction if you're like a really symmetrical person that likes things to be on both sides. And that would also keep those even more in place. So you could go back in the opposite direction and wrap, but the 26 gauge did fit through these beads twice. So that's a total possibility. Here's where I added wire. I just did a quick little wrap on top of my last wrap with the initial wire. And so I'm just going to go in now and trim that off. And I don't think you'll even know that it's there. So it looks so similar. And then I'm just going to go around over here. I'm going to go a couple more times around the end, just to make sure it's nice and secure. And I don't have to worry about it coming apart. And then when I get in here, I'm just going to trim, and then I'll tuck that tail in using my chain nose plier. Oh, got a bead with me. Just going to tuck that in so it doesn't get caught on anything. And then same with over here. I'm just going to kind of find a good spot to trim off and tuck it in as best I can so that it doesn't get caught. And then I can go ahead and work on what do I want to put from my little loop here. Now, do I want to dangle? I think maybe this heart. Maybe this little cute drop.
Very cute. I like that a lot.
I'm doing red and black again. I just cannot get away from red this year.
It's your color of the year.
I do love turquoise too. So red is my color of the year.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Sara was convinced it was going to be the color of the year. So maybe it's just your color of the year.
It is. Yeah, you're right. I think so. Okay, so I'm going to work on this dangle and let Kristen wrap up over here. Thanks for being with us here today. Thanks for supporting the Great Bead Extravaganza. I cannot believe Spring Fling is already coming. We are super excited about it. I hope you guys will join us for our presentation for that as well. Get the kit so you can bead with us.
Yes, for sure. Oh, let me see if I can share what I made on Monday, because this has just been such a fun project.
That's a great idea. I'd love to see it a little better. It's so nice to be able to bead and feel like we're not on a time, you know, like on GBE, we have to be within that hour, and it's a little stressful.
Right.
It's nice to hang out during coffee and craft wire. It's not quite the level.
Not quite as like, oh my gosh, gotta finish it, gotta do it. Yeah. Actually, I have some things to make a pair of earrings to match this, so maybe I will do that.
Fun.
Yeah. That's actually what was going to be my video on Monday, was actually a simple pair of earrings, and then it turned into this. I was like, wow, that was a big change. But Sara did mention these frames. I love the earrings that Tracy made with these just recently, and she had all the the beads hanging down on the bottom. I think I want to do something like that with these, so I had picked up 2 of them.
Are you going to do a seed bead earring? Is that what you're
I know? Yeah, I think I want to.
Ooh.
Yes, so that's my.
We're going to have to get some seed beads.
I know, you are. It's so true. So this was my found object necklace. It all started because I was like, what am I going to do with these Ammonite fossil beads? Am I saying that right? I feel like I always say it wrong. Yeah, Ammonite fossil beads. And
which are made out of check glass. They're a replica.
Yeah, they're replica. Yeah, they're not a real fossil. They're just a fossil looking. So this is what started it all, was this little piece here, because I was going to make an earring like that. And then I just started futzing through all of my little pieces. When I do like craft wire little demos and stuff, I hold on to these little pieces that maybe I didn't use in a design, and I just want to save them for later. So I kind of went through that and pulled stuff out to add to this little charm. Debbie's asking, what kit are we supposed to buy? So for the Spring Fling, the Great Bead Extravaganza, it's called the TGBE Spring Fling Design Kit. And right now at softluxcompany.com, you can go ahead and purchase that. We've loaded them up today. They're $34.95. They are a hefty kit. I did the content sheet for it this morning, and I was like, we got a lot of stuff in here. So they're actually really a good kit. And then we've got a deal going on right now. If you spend $99 and it's a retail order, you're going to get that kit for free. So automatically added to your cart, and over $65 you get free shipping. So essentially you get the kit free and free shipping if you're retail in the US. So pretty sweet deal. And then I just, so this was one of those really fun projects where I just was going through and trying to figure out what can I play with. I found this piece of silver silk that picked up this color from the check glass beads. I found this piece from a thrift store in Hawaii. I bought Yeah, when I went did some thrifting while we were there, and I bought this with the idea that I would use it in some jewelry piece at some point. And then
Awesome.
this is what I mean about using craft wire as your connections. So I just strung craft wire through the silver silk and make these little wrap connections. And then that's how I did the whole back end. These really fun little double wrap pieces here, those are from a video James did over on our YouTube channel. So I made a bracelet with those, but there was a little bit too long for me, so it just kind of sat. I ended up cutting it up and putting them in between all of these other connectors. And all of these beads are from our Tucson kit. So if you had gotten our Tucson kit and you still have some beads left over,
Yeah.
that's what I used in all of this. So pretty fun. So what I have left over here is I've got some of these here. This is what they looked like. It was a whole bracelet of these, and then I cut them. I had to cut some free so that I can use them as little connections. So I kept 2 so that I can put them on a pair of earrings. And I also have 2 of these hammered. These are like the smallest size of the hammered rings. And you can also make your own ear wires because craft wire has this wonderful coating. It is safe for most ears. And so if you have difficulty with any silver or anything like that, give the craft wire a try and see if that works out for you. I know I changed a bunch of my sister's earrings to craft wire, and then you can match your wire too. So this is in the vintage bronze, which is the same color I used for all of these little components. So let's make a quick earring. Let's see. I've got a couple of those red rondelles left.
Can we just do this all day?
I know, for real. What are you doing over there? Are you adding your charms?
I'm going to show how to do it when you're all done. Now I'm thinking about how I can make this design into an earring.
Oh my gosh. So I have to cut this one free, which I was super nervous about doing, but it worked out okay. Since I think I used 18 gauge to make this bracelet of these little double wraps from James. So, okay. So it was kind of okay to put back together, and it still worked. All right. I know I want to use those, that, and this, but how?
You can do it.
But how?
If you need time, let me know because I can do the end of my bracelet.
Yeah, why don't you do that and you can come back to me.
Okay. Let's flip over. Okay, I decided what to do over here. So I grabbed out a head pin to make this little bobble. That'll make it quick and easy. So I'm just going to take my round nose pliers. I'm going to come in kind of close to the top and make a wire wrapped loop. And I'm not going to attach yet because I'm not sure what I want to attach to. I think I'm going to make this size jump ring, and then I'm going to attach both of these pieces to the jump ring. So why don't we do that next so we have that ready to go. So I'm just taking another piece of that 16 gauge craft wire, the same one that I used for the form there. And I'm just going to make sure my end is trimmed nice and flat. And then I'll take my multi-sized looping pliers and just go around to make a sweet little, great little jump ring. And then I want to make sure that I cut it off so I've got the flat side facing flat side. See how those two ends will fit together so nicely? And then I can work harden this as well. Sometimes to work hard in a jump ring, I'll just kind of maneuver it back and forth. You can also use that wonderful wire whacker if you want to. Once you're ready, you can just kind of open it up, clip it on. I'm going to put my charm on, but I'm going to attach my dangle. I guess I could have finished my dangle and then attached it after. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll just open my jump ring back up. That'll make it a little cleaner. So to finish my dangle, I'm going out of order. I'll do a little loop and then just wrap. This is how my brain works, you guys. You don't even want to be inside here. My poor coworkers are always like, oh boy, what is she doing now?
I don't know.
Mid-sentence, I'm just like, the blue blah, blah, blah. They're like, what is she even talking about?
Yes, we've worked together long enough that I kind of finish your sentences, as do you for me. So.
I need that help. There's a lot happening in this brain. And there we go. We've got a cute little dangle. I could keep adding pieces too if I wanted to. I don't have to stop there. So if you want to add more charms or dangles, you know, you could totally and easily do that. And then it just fits right over your wrist. You can make a stack of them. They'd look so cute next to each other.
Oh, and it's so nice. I love it.
Oh. And if you don't like this little wiggle, like I said, you can go back around the opposite direction and anchor it down even further if you want to. I might. I haven't decided yet if I don't mind the wiggle. Kind of like it. What do you guys think?
What do you mean by wiggle? What's wiggling?
Oh, the beads wiggle just ever so slightly. Oh, but it's okay.
They look like they're on there pretty good. That's why I
was they're pretty. They're not coming off. It's more if it bothers you or not. Right. And then also, if you don't like seeing it wire just on one side, if you want it to be on both,
you can kind of go back. Yeah.
Yeah, go back through with another 26 gauge wire. It'll fit through the hole just fine.
Awesome.
Yeah. Cute. Hey, thanks for helping me make that today, you guys. I had no idea that's what I was going to make. And I don't think I could have done it without you.
So true. It does. It helps to have the hive mind. Marisol left a really nice comment here. She said, "What do I love about Softlex Company? The product is always fantastic, fast shipping. You won't have to wait a week and a half to get your goodies, and the creative ideas from Sara, Kristen, and guest designers."
Oh, thank you, Marisol.
Thank you.
That's so nice. So now I was playing around with the shape for an earring. I was thinking about what it would be like if this was wrapped on a piece of wire and then clipped to an ear wire.
Ooh.
What that might look like. So I'll play with that more kind of on my own and see if it becomes something. And if it does, I'll share it with everybody.
Awesome.
All right. Back to you, Chris.
Back to me. Okay. So what I did over here.
I love it.
Isn't that cute?
Those fossil beads are so pretty.
They are. And I think it's really nice.
But I might have to get some.
Yeah. Oh, did you? Yeah. I have mine from the kit. So that's why it was kind of like once it was open, it was open. So the first thing I did was attach this little double wrapped piece that I had made from James's video. And then I attached the tiny hammered. These are so gorgeous. They're like my favorite little connectors. And we've got them in 3 different sizes to the bottom.
I use them all the time.
I know they are. I think it's one of those things that we're always trying to keep in stock.
Yeah, no, they're kind of hard to keep in stock because they're so useful. They just connect
They're
everything.
Yeah, they really do. And then I decided to put the rondelle just like at the bottom so
Mhm.
that it was
A
like
pop of color.
a little pop of color and like the end of the head pin kind of thing. So
Mhm.
I am using the vintage bronze in the 22 gauge for this project. And I'm just gonna cut a little bit off for my dangle. I didn't measure, but it's probably about 4 or 5 inches. String on the rondelle at the bottom and kind of just bend it up and wrap it around. The 22 gauge is nice and soft, so I can just kind of use my fingers to get it started and then come back in.
I feel like this design is going to be so perfect for you for an art event.
Yes.
When you have when you put one of your new paintings up in a gallery or in a coffee shop, or
I can wear it anytime I'm going somewhere where it'll be appreciated to see such a fun art piece on your neck,
Yeah.
So there's the bottom, and then go ahead and string on. I love how these have a little touch of blue in some of them. They're like red and brown and blue and mustard. So depending on what colors you kind of put with it, helps pull it out a little bit.
They were such a good find.
Yeah.
And I love them for that particular kit.
Yeah, they were great.
Yeah.
And then we just go up, make your wrap. And I'm not gonna close it yet because I want to attach it to my ring. So leave it so that you can open it.
I mean, I think that's one of the great things about our kits too, is that we use them multiple times. So it's not like a one-shot deal. If you get the spring fling kit, you'll probably see us use it several times after. These are still beads from our Tucson kit, which was several weeks ago, and Kristen's still using them in her designs. So you get lots of bang for your buck. It's not just like the materials for one bracelet. You get a lot of materials and then a lot of inspiration.
Right. So yeah, you'll always have a lot left over because we put the kits together and a lot of times we don't know what we're going to make until we open them up ourselves. And so we tend to always overfill them so we have plenty to work with. And then you'll have lots of inspiration from Sara and I throughout the coming weeks. Oh my gosh, so cute.
That looks great. I'm going to go to the 4 window.
Okay, fix the hair.
You look fantastic.
Very curly. Very curly today. Oh, Jacqueline says that's why your house is full of beads.
Yeah, the kits are a good way to do that. Lots of great beads. I saw that great comment from Brooke as well. Thank you. We really pride ourselves on good customer service, and the folks that work in our office are quick to respond and I think very empathetic. Whenever there is an issue, we try to make sure we handle it the best way that we can and as quickly as we can. We also have a fantastic warehouse department that ships lickety split. I mean, they really get stuff out.
I don't know how they do it.
I don't know.
I really have no idea. I don't know how they do it so fast. I mean, they are just.
Angela is the powerhouse behind it, but she has a great support team with Monse and Adriana. And then, of course, Rosa in the gallery is always helping with the beads and wrapping. And I mean, it's really a big team effort at Softflex Company. We're a small business with only 12 employees. And, but we work our tails off to hopefully give you fantastic products, speedy shipping, great customer service, and lots of inspiration. So thank you for joining us today for Coffee and Craft Wire. We had such a nice time. I could do this all day long, frankly.
Yeah, it was nice to not feel as rushed through actually today, because Sara and I can easily do an hour video just on our own. Mm-hmm. So put us together and like trying to get everything crammed into an hour is like, it's a marathon or a sprint. I guess it's more of a sprint.
But fun. I mean, I'm glad, like, I wouldn't want to split it up because I like doing it with you.
Yes, 100%.
So it is fun to be together and bead together during that hour time slot. And then I'll be back all on my own at 3:00 today, Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern time. I will be focused on our new quad of beading wire, our 2022 spring summer quad. And
I really love these colors. I'm excited to, I haven't even thought about this quad and these colors yet because we just launched them today, and I'm excited to get busy with them because I feel like they're just so soft and pretty and just really like a soothing color palette.
Yeah, I think it's perfect for Easter. They're very pastel-y, very, very soft. Also, the TGBE kit is loosely based on this color palette. So if you love the quad, the kit will be a fantastic complement to the quad. And then we added other beads that you can add to your shopping basket that are similar as well. You may want to check out the tanzanite, the fluorite that we have on our website, even a white quartz. We have some beautiful elk antler that would be great with these colors. So when you're on the website, make sure you go to the beads category and look through all the stuff we have there. Some of our older pictures are not very good. So, pictures have come a long ways since we first put those items up on the website. So if you ever have a question about it, do shoot info@softflixcompany.com an email, and they can take a clearer picture or help you decide if it's a good fit or a good match with what you're purchasing. Okay, I think that's it.
Yes, we have, Anessa's asking, I need crimp beads. Can you help? Boy, can we ever. Crimp beads and beading wire are like peanut butter and jelly, right? So we've got what we think and what many of you think out there too are some of the best crimp beads on the market. Our crimp tubes are fantastic. They're high quality, double the wall thickness of most. They're seamless. And we also have a ton of great reviews right on the crimp product. So if you want to see, I looked this morning because someone else asked, and we had like 38 5-star reviews on there. So I didn't realize we had so many. So you can check that out and see what other people are saying about our crimps as well. And we carry them in 4 metal tones, sterling silver, gold filled, copper, and then black oxidized, which is sterling that has been oxidized for black. So really, really great. So go check us out at softflixcompany.com for your crimp and your stringing and your craft wire and your bead needs.
Thank you so much for being here with us today. If you're live, thank you for watching on replay. If you watch later, don't miss the deal and don't miss the kit because there aren't as many of the TGBE Spring Fling kits as our regular kits. So it's hard for our warehouse because we have to, when we do another kit, it's
throws a little kink in there.
That's a lot of work. So we have to keep it a little more limited on quantity. But that means you need to get it a little more quickly to make sure that you get one. We sell out of them before the event every single time. So it isn't something that's going to be sticking around for a long time. And we've never tried this $99 get a free TGBE kit for free.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? ever before. We've done it once before with a regular kit, but we had a bigger stock of them. So I don't know how fast it'll go because of the deal too. So just
Very
pay
true.
attention if you're a regular kit user and it's important to you to have the kit, make sure you get it soon. And you can find all of that on our website, which is softluxcompany.com.
All right, everyone. This has been so much fun. Thank you all for being here with us. And I hope you'll check out the group and see our other posts that are going to be happening and have happened for Takeover Day. Remember, we've got 2 giveaways going on. So be sure to check those out and comment and share.
Yep, there will be stuff posting all day long in the Great Bead Extravaganza. So make sure you're a member of the group if you aren't already. And check it out. Giveaways, sales, promotions, tips, tricks, tutorials, all sorts of fun things. So check us out in the Great Bead Extravaganza Facebook group. And then don't forget the VIB group for Joyful Beading.
Right. And let me just share before we go that this is what we're leading up to is the Spring Fling preview night on April 8th and show dates April 9th and 10th. So mark those calendars, join us that weekend and find Sara and I on Saturday, April 9th at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, 4:30 Eastern.
Yeah.
So we're just the third one of the takeover. So we've got a couple of weeks of this happening in the group. So make sure your notifications are on. Yeah, there's somebody every day throughout the weekday. I think Monday through Thursday is how we have it.
And Nile and Tracy did giveaways this week already. And I know Nile launched a new product and had a bunch of inspirational ideas that he posted yesterday. So really, it's important to get in that group so that you can see all of the content from all 14 presenters, not just us. I think that's a great point, Kristen. Thank you. All right. We love you.
Love you.
Have a good day, everybody.
Happy beading.